America's heart doesn't beat in the empty spaces of this country. It beats where the people live, where the millions of Americans with real voices and real lives and real struggles exist. And that's in our cities. There's an interesting irony playing out in blue cities across the country. The administration seems to think that by storming into these cities with a show of force and putting these ICE agents' boots on the ground, that the result will be intimidation and fear and us feeling isolated. And the reality of it is that it's having the exact opposite effect. I've often talked about how on the left, one of our problems is that we think too much, that we have critical thinking, and that we understand nuance. And that keeps us separated in that we can't always come together under a common umbrella because of the different factions and our differences. What used to be a fractured and disorganized left with 1,000 different identities and ideologies is rapidly fusing into something unified, something with shared purpose. People who once argued over nuance are now standing shoulder to shoulder in outrage and defiance. I often talk about that 88 million people that were apathetic and didn't vote. They're seeing this with their own eyes. His own administration is making an effort to publicize what they're doing. And it's having the opposite effect. It's almost as if they believe their own propaganda, that they were the silent majority, that somehow the red all over the map equals real power. But in reality, those empty miles in rural counties don't outweigh the millions of people that work and struggle in our cities. America's heart doesn't beat in the empty spaces of this country. It beats where the people live, where the millions of Americans with real voices and real lives and real struggles exist. And that's in our cities. These raids, this aggression, they may think it's a show of strength, but history tells us that when the powerful overreach and when they make that cruelty visible, they do not scare people into submission. They forge solidarity. They unite what was once divided. And right now, in their own ignorance, they're creating their own opposition, one more powerful and connected than ever before. Not only are they uniting the once disconnected factions on the left, but they are awaking that sleeping giant, that 88 plus million people that weren't aware, didn't pay attention, and were apathetic in what was happening. They're aware now.